Hi Lupies! If you're new here, my name is Natalie Dajay. I talk a lot about how chronic illness can affect our overall functioning. Today, I want to introduce you to one of the crystals that really helped me while I was really in the trenches with my lupus symptoms. And I'm going to be talking to you about this while I'm doing my makeup. The clear quartz. It's transparent and it looks like a piece of ice in my hands. The clear quartz comes from the Greek word for ice because it looks like a piece of ice. It is known worldwide as a crystal that can amplify positive energy in your life. If you are looking to enhance clarity of mind, focus, and spiritual elevation and growth, if you're looking to bring those types of energies into your world, then I would recommend a clear quartz. It is known worldwide for its amazing healing properties. And what's so special about it is that in addition to helping you vibrate at positive energy and amplifying positive spiritual connection, it also makes the other crystals next to it work even better. In the world of spirituality and holistic healing, energy healing, the clear quartz is known as the master healer because of its powerful abilities to rid your mind of negativity, negative thinking, negative patterns. Your ability to receive negative energy is greatly reduced when you wear it, and your ability to change the channel and not hyperfixate on negativity is also going to be going through the roof. It is one of the few crystals that reinforces all the other crystals around its energetic field, as well as rebalance all 7 chakras. So it essentially works to allow you to reach higher level of spiritual consciousness while also keeping you grounded in positive vibes. It is known for its ability to increase energy, stimulate the immune system, as well as reestablish emotional and spiritual energetic balance. If you're living with an autoimmune disease that is a chronic disease, or if you're living with lupus, it is definitely a good resource to keep you moving throughout the day because many of us struggle with immune system and energy issues during the day. It is known to offer a sanctuary against negativity by getting you grounded in your ideal self, your higher self, and it keeps you deeply rooted and connected with love, which is really who your higher self is a part of God, pure love. Relieves pain in the body, protects from low vibes and negative energies from negative people, places, and situations. It also reduces mental confusion by keeping you focused on what really matters. So it's an excellent crystal to use when meditating in particular. As you know, those of you who are avid meditators or who avidly practice meditation like me, you know that depending on the kind of day that you've had, meditation can be a struggle because the mind naturally wants to wander. The mind is not disciplined. The mind is like an infant. It is our job to give it training, just like any good parent. We want to keep it within its limits. And meditation is where we learn those skills. So when you use a clear crystal while meditating, your mind is going to be feeling more fixated on what matters, which is the energy you're emitting during that meditation session. This is why it is a popular crystal all over the world. It's because it really helps you vibrate higher. Because essentially by keeping you grounded in your own energy, which is naturally loving, you're more likely to attract loving and positive experiences to yourself. Because as you know, the universe is a mirror. We get what we give. When we put positive energy out in the universe gives us back that same positive energy. When we put negative energy out in the universe will give us back negative energy. There have been several scientific studies that have been done on the origins of autoimmune illnesses and diseases such as lupus. And what consistently shows up in the research is that lupus, among other chronic diseases and autoimmune illnesses, are tied to trauma. Life, as we know, is traumatic. Some of us have gone through additional life situations that have added unbearable amounts of trauma onto our brains. And a lot of times when we don't process that trauma on the brain level, the body still remembers. In fact, the body never forgets. So what happens is that trauma, that pain, that suffering then gets trapped into our bodies, which looks like autoimmune illnesses. Speaking about trauma from a spiritual perspective, the worst thing that can come from trauma is that whoever or whatever traumatized you basically walks away knowing that they have disconnected you spiritually from God, which is really what trauma comes to do. Trauma comes to make you feel alone, to make you feel isolated, to make you feel like there's no hope. That is the purpose of trauma. The people who purposely inflict trauma onto others are hoping to disconnect those people, their victims, from hope. They want you to feel like God has abandoned you and that you are worthless and that life, the world, the universe will be better off without you and that you're meaningless and you're unimportant and that you would never amount to anything. They want you to drown in that sense of despair and to feel like nothing will ever be good for you ever again in this existence. Evil people who do evil deeds and who are led by demons and demonic forces want nothing more than to possess you and make you believe what they believe. And what they believe is that they are separated from God and there is no hope. And this is a dark and hopeless world. Anyone like myself who has suffered trauma would tell you that the worst part of trauma isn't so much the physical pain that it leaves you with, but rather it is that sense of despair and hopelessness. It is so much harder to shake that. That takes longer to heal than the wounds. So for many of us, because of everything we've been through before we even got diagnosed with our disease, and then having to live life with our disease, positive vibes is hard to come by. Even when you want to stay positive, things are constantly happening with your body that remind you that this isn't a positive moment. On top of our constant, pain and suffering, we have to deal with everyone else's negativity too. It's exhausting. I'm naturally a very empathetic person that feels people pain very deeply. In fact, that's why I became a therapist. I've done a lot of work in my own therapy with healing my mother wound, healing a lot of childhood trauma, and addressing how that affects my boundaries. A lot of my strong boundaries now have come from that work. But incorporating healing crystals, in particular, the clear quartz, into my meditation ritual and my spiritual journey and process has definitely given me some additional defenses against, absorbing other people's negativity. I'm able to experience negativity with others without necessarily incorporating it into my DNA. And that's been some of the greatest advantages of having this crystal in my life. What about you? Do you use a clear crystal? What do you think about crystals in general? Leave your comments. Thanks.